Hello and welcome to the channel. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Today we're talking about a stock called PLX. This is a pharmaceutical stock. Stock actually took off today. Literally, it went all the way up to $2 from $1 range, and now is residing around $1.80. And I'm going to talk about different aspect of the company, why the stock went up really high. Today is still going. The market hasn't closed. I mean, this is 1:58 p.m. right now as of this making of this video on April 4th, 2022. The stock is residing around $1.80, and I'm going to cover their cash flow. I'm going to cover their balance sheet. I'm also going to cover what the institutional banks are holding on to and what the recommendation from these institutional bank analysts are, and also we're going to cover the short interest on that. And then I'm going to come back to the chart and talk about all the indicators and determine, have we missed the boat? Or do we still have the opportunity to get into this position, right? So let's talk about that. Very first thing is the reason they're up today, 75%, right? They actually had a medication that we're working on from past few, I think it was like a year or two, PRX 102. And the treatment is for the Fabry disease. If you don't know, the Fabry disease is like an autoimmune disease sort of a thing where it's like a little red blemishes come on your body. So they're working on that, right? And they passed their phase 3, and they have already applied for marketing application, which means they're ready to go ahead and start selling this out to different hospital, doctors, et cetera. So they also have other medications in their pipeline, which is PRX 110. And PRX 115, and this one long-lasting LA PRX 119. And you could of course you could do your own research on these different medications and what they are about. With that all being said, the whole hype for the stock rising up this today is because of the fact that there already clinical trials are done. And now there's just going to be a medication, one of the medications available to us, right? So the market cap for the company is 83.82 million, which is not that great. The volatility, which is beta for 5 years, 2.19, which means the stock is more volatile than the market. So for example, if the market beta is 1, if SPY is going up, and this stock will actually would be higher than that. Like, so if it could go lower, greater, it could go higher, greater. So it's more volatile than the SPY, right? Volume, they trade on an average about 307,000, but today they're already up to 159 million. So there's a lot of shares being traded at this point, which we're going to talk about what's going on with that. As far as their balance sheet is concerned, they are actually, for the last one, this one, the 2021, I highlighted the wrong one. Apologies for that. But 73 million is their, everything is by thousand. So it's 73 million is their asset, liability 79 million. So which means that their total equity, stockholders' equity, it's negative 6 million, which is not a great sign for a company. Okay, it's not a very profitable. In terms of the cash flow, operating cash flow, they started off with negative 26 million. They invested about 19 million. And they raised about 46 million based on different stocks they probably issued and things like that, the warrants and all that. And now they're sitting at around $18 million on the cash flow. So again, very mediocre company, not like a phenomenal company. As far as the institutional holdings are concerned, they own about 6.42%, excuse me. And increased position, they have increased the position by 724,000. However, if you see the decreased position, they sold 21 of those institutions sold out of 2.2 million. They sold a lot. They only bought few. Okay, and I'm probably thinking that the bought they did is probably just a shorting. I don't think they went ahead and they're going to do any long on it, but that's just me. New positions again. Recently they picked up 65,000 and sold out at 763,000. Okay, so they're buying less, they're selling more. However, the funny indicator that I found very strange is that analysts are saying it's a strong buy. I'm not going to believe that because I'm still speculating. A strong buy in a sense where you want to play it as a swing trade, yes, that's where I'm going to get to at the end of the day, right? But I don't think it's a long-term buy for me, at least. So short interest on this one is right now they have about 10.76%, which means that short mean that people are betting against the stock. They're saying that, okay, it is going up, but we know for sure it's going to come down, okay? And the short interest, The days they have the days left to cover this is 10 days. They have about 132 million. Oh, sorry, excuse me, 132,300. So again, there's some shortage going on with this, of course, because the stock is fluctuating. The stock at one point, let me go back to the monthly chart for a minute. Stock literally was launched in 1996, and in 2006 or so, 2007 or so, it was around 462. Then it's like steadily declined, and now it's to the point where literally it became a penny stock, and now it's just picking back up, right? So with that being said, let's see where the chart is indicating what's going on with this stock. Let me go back to 5 minutes and just give it a minute. Here we go. Okay. Now, I did draw, so the couple of indicators that I use for myself is EMA, exponential moving average, RSI, MACD, and the Fibonacci retracement. And Fibonacci retracement, the stock is hovering around 38.2%, which is the price mark that you see around $1.80 right now. I haven't seen the stock go down. I see it go down a little bit, but it is still hovering around that point, which I think is going to be here for a little while, but I'm not sure what's going to happen tomorrow. I do have a feeling that tomorrow it might fall back. Essentially, you will see, if just keep an eye out on the short interest. I mean, if you guys want me to make another video, maybe in 10 days or so to cover the stock, just leave me a comment and I will make a video just to recap on it where this went. But if, for example, if the stock started declining, then those shorts will be covered before that. But if it doesn't decline and stays above $2 or around $2 for next 10 days, potentially then, you will have those short sellers come in and buy the market value for the share. So that could potentially bump up the price. But with that being said, the EMA was really spiked up, as you see from 30-minute chart. It spiked all the way up. It is still up right now. The 13 period is saying that the stock is still rising. As far as the RSI, the relative strength index, as you see here on April 4th, starting of the day, is way above 70s, around 89. Anything above 70, which means the stock was overbought. Anything below 30, stock is oversold. Anything around 50 is cruising on that price level. Right now, the stock is around 58.50, which means the RSI is saying that the stock, you got a pretty good balance between buyers and sellers, and the price is hovering around that mark, the $1.80, $1.90. Okay, and let me see what that support is at $1.88 or so. Okay, so it's hovering around that. It's consolidating between that. MACD, however, is indicating that it is sitting at a cross point right now at this 30-minute chart. 30-minute chart here, we have the MACD crossing just a little bit over, hasn't crossed above, but if it's, for example, crosses, MACD started rising, RSI started going up, you will definitely see a price increase. But right now, because again, if we would have if this information was available to us earlier, we could have made that move. But what I'm giving you now is the information on the pipeline, right? So the other push I can think of is once their market application is already approved, and just watch out for that news, right? When they're ready to go and then start selling their product. When they start selling their product, that's where they're going to raise all that money and the cash flow and everything. And that's going to start bringing investors back, okay? Start looking at this stock. I would add it to my watch list. Definitely a good stock at this point. I don't know if it's a thing you would buy and just forget about it. I think you can potentially make money like the way short sellers do, like buy it, see how the price increases in a day, 2 days, 3 days. If you don't have to be day trader to be able to make money, that's just not true. You can always be a swing trader as long as you have the solid understanding of the stock, where the stock is at that moment and where it's going to go in the future. So I would say, look at this stock, put it in your watch list right now, because right now it's to the point where even if you invest right now, even if it goes to $2, it's like consolidating between this one, 3 cents, 4 cents profit. I don't think it's going to be a ROI. It's going to be great on that. But what I'm saying is add it to your watch list. See what happens with that market application on this. Once it gets approved for that to start selling their product, I will see that the stock is going to have another boom. So again, I'm not a financial advisor. This is something I am doing right now. I have not jumped into the position because I definitely missed that boat in the morning. So what I'm going to do is, because now I know what they're up to and what's going on with this, right? So I'll be adding this to my watch list and carefully watching this stock for any upcoming moves on the stock. So right now I know the phase 3 is passed. They already filed the application. We're going to see what happens with the application, and if they start selling the product, right, then you definitely will see another boom. And then we'll also see there could all be there's also can be other booms as like small increments, like you see PRX 110 as phase 2. Let's say if it passes phase 2, you'll see some bump in the price. That's how I've noticed with different pharmaceutical that they have in pipeline. If it goes to phase 3, you'll see a little bit of a spike. So it's still doable. Still you can still make money. So it's not the end of it that the stock was up and if you weren't invested in it. There's a lot more opportunities on this stock, but again, right now, as far as the balance sheet is concerned, cash flow is concerned, the stock is a very mediocre company, not something that we're gonna bring you big buck, but depends on where you are at that time, what news comes out. So watch out for the catalyst for this one. Very important. Good stock overall to make money in a short-term swing trade type situation, in my opinion. Not a financial advisor, but I'm not gonna tell you how to do your investment, but my recommendation is keep it on your watch list. Analysts still started saying strong buy, but on the contrary, you have institutional bankers just selling out the position. So it's kind of weird indicator right here. So yeah, just my quick video, just to let you guys know that there was a stock that actually had a very great day today. It's still going. It's still consolidating between that price. Let it fall, maybe. And wait for their application to be approved and keep an eye out on that catalyst. An additional note, if you are new to the channel, please do subscribe to the channel. I release video every day, and the objective here is to get you guys all the information I can and be able to help each other out. So talk to you guys in the next video.